Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Mr. Benga, teacher of mathematics and science from my lady school, and I've been off for some time. I haven't been uploading anything on my YouTube channel, but today I thought it's important that I find something to do, to discuss, of course. So I've prepared something coming from mathematics, grade 9 mathematics, and that is the construction, which is a very, very, very important part of mathematics. This question comes in paper 2. From the time this new syllabus was designed, each and every year the papers are prepared, this question is always present. So I thought it's important that we take a little bit of our time off social life, off whatever we do, and see how best we can approach or we can discuss this question. Maybe you may not have a clear visibility. I'll try to read through each and every sentence that is there on the paper to make it easy for you and me to connect. So on top there is saying grade 9 construction. But for you to do this question well, you need to have at least a 30 centimeter rule, which I don't seem to have at the moment. So I have decided to use just this, a 30-60 set square. So I'll be using this 30-60 set square for the duty that a 30 centimeter rule was supposed to be executing. And then you need to have a compass. There are many types of compasses that you can have, but for me, I'll be using this compass. And then you need to have at least a pencil. This is a pencil that I'll be using, but for the sake of accuracy and neatness, you are advised to have more than one. So you can use one for construction and then the other one for outlining. Then the third thing you need to have is a protractor, that's a circular instrument. But for this question and the other question that we're going to discuss today, a semicircular instrument, protractor is not important because the types of the triangle that will be drawing in here do not require us to measure the angles. So this is a special case in which this is one of the cases in which a triangle is asked to construct without taking care of the interior angles. The only thing that you have to do are the sides. Okay, so let's keep the ball rolling. So the first question says, question number 1A1 says construct triangle ABC in which the base length is AB. So AB is going to be the horizontal line for the base and the dimension is 7 centimeters. So the centimeters, then BC is 6 centimeters and then AC is 8 centimeters. So what am I supposed to do? Remember, I said it's supposed to have 30 centimeters square, which I might have misplaced. I don't know where it is. So I will be using this because this thing here has got the length from 0 up to 10. And of which these ones that I have are less than 10. So that makes it easy for me to use this. So I am going to measure length AB, which is my base, and the length is 7 centimeters. And you know how to measure. You start from 0 up to where the center is supposed to be. But you make sure that you position your length, your base length, not too close to the base, again, not too high, depending on the dimension that I'm given. So for this question, allow me to put time right here because my paper goes all the way down. So this is my 0. Unfortunately, you can't see my camera, doesn't seem to be too good. This is 0. And then that is 7. So this is a 0, and that is 7. I'm going to draw connecting these 2 points. So that is from there up to there. So that is my length AB. It's all important to indicate which is your A, which is your B. So this is my A here, and this is my B. That's A, and that is B. So that's how everyone, of course, knows how to measure line AB. But the most important thing is now, how do you measure BC? So we are told that we have to measure now from B going to some point somewhere in the unknown area where B is lying. We do not know. The only thing that we know is that the distance from B up to where the C is, the distance is 6 centimeters. So we're now going to use this protractor. We set in a pencil and then we measure 6 centimeters using this iron here. So you make sure that you put this sharp point up to the point where the 0 is, and then you open it up to the 6th mark. So if you can be with me here, oh sorry, you can be with me here, I'm going to measure from here up to 6 somewhere here. This is 0 and that is 6. Now, the question is saying we have to measure from B going to C. So I'm going to start at B and then draw a random arc. It has to be very faint. It has to be very faint. That is my random arc. I hope you can see. And then after that, we're going to measure now from distance AC. So I have to measure from A going to some where C is, which we don't know, but the only thing that we know for sure is that the distance C between A and C is 6 centimeters. So I'm going to do something that I did, except that this time around the length is 8. So I'm going to stand here at 0 and then widen up my pair of compass up to the point where the F mark is. And that's exactly where the 8th mark. So from 0 here up to the 8th mark. Now this time around, I have to stand at A. I stood at B. This time around, I'm going to stand at A and then draw another random arc, not in an upward direction, not a downward direction, but it has to be an upward so that the first arc and my second random arc are supposed to meet. So you can see that these two arcs, the first arc and the second one, they have made at that point here. So at that point there, that's where my C is. So this is our A here, this is my B here, and that's my C. So once that is done, the only thing that I have to do is to join the points. I have to join the points. A to C, and then B to C. Allow me to use a pencil, but allow me to use a pen, but I have to use a pencil in your case. So that, again here, and there, I have to join like that. So I found that if you have to verify, the dimensions are accurate. From A to C is exactly 8, and then B to C is 6. So that's how we can use this information to come up with triangle A, B, C. The second point says, construct a perpendicular line from C to meet line AB upon F. So somehow what we're going to do is we're told to draw a perpendicular line that's going to move perpendicular, meaning dropping, meeting this horizontal line at 90 degrees. We're going to draw a line from that point going downward at 90 degrees to meet line AB. So the point where this line, the way this line is going to be drawn, meeting line AB, it has to be at 90 degrees. But it has to come from nowhere, but from point C. Here we go. So what are we supposed to do? You put the sharp point of the compass up to the point where C is, and then you adjust it a little bit to make sure that if you have to draw the arc has to cross this line twice. I'm saying you open your pair of compass at some point, and then this sharp point stands at C. You adjust your pair of compass in such a way that it has to cross this line twice. So how do I open my compass? I'll stand here and then I'll open it up a little bit up to that point so that once I draw an arc like that, it is going to cross this line twice. Okay, and once that is done, you have to now take note of the points where this arc has crossed this line twice. And according to my jurisdiction here or my judgment, we have this point here and that point. So this arc that is drawn has crossed line AB at that point and that point. So now I have to draw a perpendicular line. How do I do it? I'm now going to stand at one of the points and open up my pair of compass to more than half the distance. I'm going to open up my pair of compass while standing at one of the points, and then to a distance which is more than half. So if that is where I'm standing, the point that I'm talking about is that. So I have to adjust a pair of compass to at least more than half up to there and draw maaki abiri, one arc. The light now is okay. So what you do, this light is a little bit stable. So you stand here and draw an arc on top. I don't know, it's not seen. You stand here, you draw the arc on top. Another arc is drawn at bottom. Another arc is drawn at the bottom. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, like that. Now, once that is done, I'm now going to start another point, which is that point, and draw, oh my gosh, and draw another arc here and another one there. So you see what I've done? Standing at C, you open up your pair of compass to the point where to draw an arc it has to touch line AB at 2 points. And those 2 points, when I drew, it was exactly point B and another one there. So now to draw a perpendicular line, you stand at one of the points, you open up your pair of compass to more than half the distance where 2 points are. You draw one arc on top, another one at the bottom. You stand at another point, you draw an arc up, another one down. So where these 2 points now then are meeting, that is where our points of focus align. So what do we do now? So this time around, we are going to draw. Now you see, when you consider these 2 points, that point and that point, if you have to draw a line, it's going to pass through C, because that's where our focus is. You're saying construct a perpendicular line. The line has to move from C going downward. So these are helping us to draw, to identify the perpendicularity, but bearing in mind that the point has to come from C. So standing now at C, start there at C and draw this line, and you find that it has to pass through those 2 points. You see, it's coming from point C. The other question says, construct the bisector of angle, allow me to change, construct the bisector of angle BAC, of angle BAC to midline AC, to midline AC, to midline AC. Okay, I've changed because the angle they were asking us to bisect is this angle, but because of the line that I've drawn, maybe it's a little bit hard for you to see. So I've decided to change to do the bisection of this angle, which is at A. So to midline now it has to be BC, not AC. So to midline line BC. So here to go. What are we supposed to do now? What I'm supposed to do, you get your compass, We are bisecting the angle BAC. BAC. So we are bisecting the angle at B. What do you do? The compass is always important in such figures, in such areas. You get your compass here. You stand at the point where the angle you're bisecting is. That's at point A. You open up your pair of compass to some reasonable radius, according to your own judgment. Like that's how mine is. Depends on how big the triangle is. So mine is of that length. I'm going to stand here and then you draw an arc. This arc has to meet line AB and line AC. So when I do this, I'm going to draw the line like that of my arc. So that is the arc that I have drawn while standing at A. So allow me to label this as I start this arc while standing at A. It has to meet line AC and AB. So it is meeting that. Let me say that point 1, and that is point 2. Now, once that is done, then you stand at point 1 to draw another arc inside of the triangle without changing the radius of the compass. So you draw an arc while standing at point 1. You draw it like that inside of the triangle. Without changing again the radius of the compass, you stand at point 2 and you make sure that the arc you're going to draw has to meet the first arc. It has to meet the first arc like that. So that point, allow me to call it point 3. So passing through starting from point 1, passing through point 3, that's where we are going to draw a line. And the line that we're going to draw is going to bisect this angle BAC. Now, to bisect, it means we're dividing that angle into 2 equal parts. So I have to pass through that, I have to start from A, and then passing through point 3, and then the line I'm going to draw is going to be like that. So that is how it is done. That point 4, it says measure and state the length of. Okay, so the point where this bisector of the angle meets CB, let's call it point F. Let's call it point F, because the question is saying measure and write down the length of C. We started from source A because I've changed the question. So measure and state the length of line AF, the line which is bisecting the angle up to the point where it meets C and B. How far is it? So according to the measurement that I'm going to take here, if you can zoom if I can pay extra attention, it's supposed to be 6.8. So AF is equal to 6.8 centimeters or 68 millimeters. So that is how this question can be approached. So let me just zoom now the diagram so that you see how it goes. Allow me to zoom in a little bit. That becomes easier for you to see. So that's a diagram that we have drawn. That's a diagram that we have drawn. So AB, which is the base length, we are told that it's 7 centimeters, and if you want to verify, it's exactly at 7. Then BF, BC, we're told that is 6 centimeters, and when you verify, it has to be exactly 6 centimeters. And then AC, we are told that it's 8, and when you measure, it is exactly at 8. So that's how this work is supposed to be done. Okay, I'll be doing another session for question 2. I'll be doing another session for question 2 we see how far we can attend to that question.